Western superstar. Superstar. She sings from her heart for the red, white, blue. Superstar. Stand up, everyone, for the all-American country and western superstar. She's an all-American country and western superstar. Superstar. Hi everyone, it's Plastic EP here on a very special event. Yes, it's my 300th show, and I've got Mitch Wiseman with me, Charles F. Rosenay, and I just want to say the journey's been a great ride, and I thank you guys for being on board with me. You don't know how I feel. I got so many people out there to thank that have helped me on this path to 300 interviews. I can't believe I've done it within 6-7 months. I don't know if I'm Arthur or Martha at this time or what time it is or what's happening. I wake up 2 a.m., 4 a.m., don't know where I'm going. I've had so many fantastic guests like Earl Slick, Susie Quattro, Mary Wilson, Gary Puckett from the Union Gap. The list goes endless and endless and endless. All I know is when I'm an old man, I'll be able to sit down and watch show after show after show after show, including yourselves, right? We'll be able to text each other and watch these shows back. And that's really what I want to say. So I'll let you say whatever you like, Mitch.
Well, Plastic, it's a pleasure to be here with you along this journey for most of it. I mean, there's so many shows I have to catch up on also. But you're on your way to the 300th show, and that's pretty impressive. That's like doing 1,500 shows on Broadway as far as I'm concerned. You really know how to interview people. You're hysterical to listen to. You're just below the level of going, why am I watching this guy? Because you're watching this guy because he's entertaining as hell. It's a pleasure for me to be acquainted with you. If it was Stuart Hirsch that introduced us, then I appreciate Stuart Hirsch. My continuing relationship with Charles, I think you're the reason why Charles and I have reunited after all these years, really, if I remember correctly. Although Charles and I did reunite for the Beatles' 40th anniversary, but it just never happened. But being friends with both of you guys has really been an honor, and I appreciate it tremendously. And Charles, I can't wait to work with you more in the future. And Plastic, I cannot wait to see what you come up with next.
I also want to say, I want to thank Sean Weiss, right? Because meeting Sean Weiss and him hooking me up with Chachi Laprette has been like a fantastic experience. So I've been very fortunate on this journey. And as I said, with Charles Rosenay, I wake up, seriously, I'm not joking. I wake up every day, and when I do a show together with you guys, like the Monkey Show or whatever happens, you don't know. I just feel so privileged to be in the company of you guys. Like you just got no idea. So I'm just going to say that because Charles knows. So what do you got to say, Charles?
We're all gonna dance on. Let's dance on. It's gonna be good to keep dancing on till your 300th show, man.
No, this is the 300th show. What we're talking about now.
I know. Well, then we're dancing on here now. That's fantastic.
Well, that's the song that's playing at Charles Rosenay's house 24 hours a day. Let's dance.
Oh, I know.
So what do you got to say, Charles?
Well, I think we have to thank Sean Weiss for introducing us as well. I knew about the show, and I knew that you were doing, as a Monkey fan, Monkey guests, but you have taken that to like the most unbelievable. You've reached out to fans and guests, and whether you're interviewing the guy next door or you're interviewing John Lennon's sister, it's great. You're interviewing them and you're asking the questions we would ask, and you're doing it. It's so natural for you to believe.
And you're getting these people on that haven't been on before, and you're relaxing enough or interesting enough or eccentric enough for them to want to go, let's go on this show. Let's talk to this guy.
You're eccentric and you're a character, and we love you. And to honor you on this 300th episode, it's mind-boggling, because we're going to be doing it again for 500 and for 1,000. And every show has its own treat and its own idiosyncrasy. And you're just special. You should be on network TV somewhere. This should go national. You're the Max Headroom of the 2020s. Every guest you have loves being on, and we love watching you. So here's L'chaim to another 300 episodes at least. Just don't kill yourself and try to do it in 2 months. That's all.
Exactly. So try to take it 4 months next time. It's fun. Welcome to Plastic EP's fantastic Phantasmagorium. This is the 300th episode show. And this is also, we are introducing part 4 of the fabulous Plastic EP phenomenon. I totally forgot what I was going to say. I'd like to introduce you to Plastic EP, the gentleman who has created quite a sensation on the internet here. He is also doing his documentary part 4, but it's part 1, 2, 3, and 4, combined documentary of the Plastic EP phenomenon. Sit back, make yourself comfortable. It's not going to be a bumpy ride. It's going to be a fun ride. And here he is, Plastic EP.
Hey, bananas, we think you're groovy. Hey, bananas, we watch a movie. Yeah. Drive your tune buggies everywhere, just going crazy without a care. Hey, bananas, we think you're groovy. Hey, bananas, we think you're groovy. We love to watch you 'cause your favorite show. Hey, bananas, we think you're groovy. Hey, bananas, we think you're groovy. Hey, bananas, we think you're groovy. Na 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 na.
Hello everyone, this is your old pal Ed Sullivan coming to you live from Daytona Beach, Florida, where the fun never starts. Now I'd like to bring to your attention a good friend of mine who's been doing some fabulous work here in the last several months while we've all been involved in this worldwide pandemic lockdown. I'm talking, of course, about Plastic EP from Melbourne, Australia. Now, I don't do impressions usually, but I do have an impression of my good friend Plastic EP. Hello everyone, this is Plastic EP coming to you tonight live from Melbourne, Australia. That's right, Plastic EP. It's me handle, don't you know? Oh, good day, mate. Hey, Plastic. Here's to another 250 interviews. Now, right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to give a very special shout out to a tremendous friend of mine in Melbourne, Australia. You know him, you love him, you enjoy his programming, Plastic EP. Now, we've all been involved in a terrible lockdown, but sometimes, even in the worst of times, some good comes out of it. And thanks to this lockdown, we have Plastic EP and over 250 celebrity interviews from all aspects of show business. And I'd just like to say very sincerely, That Plastic, I wish you the very best, and whenever you're in Florida, I want you to come by and see me, and I'll take you to Melbourne, Florida, and introduce you to everyone. Take it easy, Plastic.
Good day, Plastic! How are you, mate? Congratulations, you're interviewing all sorts of people, including us. And we'd like to wish you continued success over down under in Australia.
Good day, sport.
Good day, sport.
Good day, sport.
Put a shrimp on the barbie.
A shrimp on the barbie, Plastic EP.
And you know what? He actually asked me a couple of months ago, we did an interview, asked me about the Beatles and what I do and all that, and if I was a big Monkees fan, which I am, but not compared to this guy.
Plastic EP, coming to you from Melbourne, Australia. Ron, I wanted to ask you, are you a big Monkees fan? Anyways,
That's
Plastic-
uncanny. That's uncanny, so can it?
Thank you so much, Plastic, for having us on your show. Maybe you can get the other guys. I know you had Adam on there. He wasn't very funny, but maybe you can get Joe and Gavin
Rolo.
and maybe Rolo.
Get Matthew on there too.
Rolo's got the glasses all ready to go.
Glasses.
But we'd really like to appreciate, from us to you, doing all those great interviews. Everyone from people from the Monkees and the Partridge Family and the Banana Splits and everyone.
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, good day, sport.
Good day, sport.
Good eye, sport.
Good day, sport.
Cheers, Plastic. See you soon, man.
Hello, my name is Liberty DeVito, and I'm the author of this book. It's called Life, Billy, and the Pursuit of Happiness. I really didn't have to look at it to tell you the title, but I thought it would look more professional if I did that. Anyway, I am very, 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 very good friends with Plastic EP. We've been friends for many, many years. And I must say, in an insane world that we live in now, he's one of the most sane people I know. So get my book and read the rest of the lies I tell in this book. Take care of yourself. I do love the man. I never met him.
Hello from the New York, New Jersey metropolitan area. My name is Natalie Palumbo. I'm a trained motion graphics designer, and I'm involved with multimedia, social media, and live stream production for classic rock band, The Black Ties. We were asked to put together a broadcast for John Lennon's 80th birthday as part of Abbey Road on the River. Hi, Melissa. Plastic EP loved the performance. He shared it on his channel, and he invited the Black Ties to come on to his show to discuss Beatles trivia. And he was able to see their natural charisma and their silly interactions with one another as a band. He was impressed by the broadcast graphics that were included. Particularly, he liked the countdown graphics at the beginning of the broadcast. Now, I was particularly flattered by that because I had done that to give the overall broadcast a professional flair, for one, but I also wanted to make it easier for the Abbey Road on the River staff to sync that broadcast with other ones that were scheduled on the same day. So I was really flattered to find that out, that he thought it was unique, that he really loved seeing how it was produced, and more importantly, that he wanted to know who made it. Plastic EP speaks to many notables involved in the music industry, artists, musicians, writers, some of whom have been involved in the industry for decades now. On behalf of the band, we're incredibly honored and flattered to be included as part of the Plastic EP phenomenon. I'm especially looking forward to seeing more on-screen antics from the Black Ties on Plastic EP's show. Oh, please tell me I filmed that.
Plastic EP. This is Terry Crane, author of the book NIMS in the Business of Selling Beatles Merchandise in the U.S. 1964-66. Both the first edition and the second edition. Hey, we're sitting here. We wish you the best of luck in any endeavor that you're about to go on. We really enjoy being on your show. We enjoy being a part of anything that you do. First time you ever had us on the show, we were ready to go. You were talking about doing an interview, and you put on those black glasses, and you said, here we go. And from that point on, it's just been a wild ride. So we'd like to wish you the best of luck in any endeavor that you do, and I hope you keep us, Ringo, John, Paul, and George, and everybody as a part of it. Thank you, and the best of luck. See ya.
We're the latest creative pop sensation. Our music's taking over the nation. We're the latest creative pop sensation. We're a teenage pop sensation. Our music's climbing up the charts. We think our clothes are really smart. We're the latest teenage pop sensation. Our music's taking over the nation. We're the latest teenage pop sensation, yeah. We're really gear, yeah, yeah. We're the latest teenage pop sensation. Our music's taking over the nation. We're the latest teenage pop sensation, yeah, yeah.
Hey everybody, my name is Chachi Laprette. I host New England's Breakfast with the Beatles in Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Maine. I also host a podcast called Get Back to the Beatles. I've been on the radio for 39 years in Boston, and I'm here to talk about my dear friend Plastic EP. You know, they say that blessings come from bad things, and sometimes that's true. And we're really happy about that because in the last few months, when we were hit by the pandemic, someone appeared on the internet to kind of like bring happiness into people's lives. And he got everyone's attention by the number of interviews he did with people from all walks of life, authors, celebrities, whether they were into the Beatles or the Monkees or even the cultural arts. Plastic EP came out of Melbourne, Australia during the pandemic to bring happiness to people's lives, who are people who are at home like I am and unable to go out because of the pandemic. And through that process, I eventually got an email from a man who said, my name's Plastic EP. I have a show on the internet. I'm doing it during the pandemic to bring some smiles to people's faces, but also to talk about the Monkees and the Beatles. And he asked if I would come on his program. I said yes. And that first appearance, we had so much fun. He's such a personality, so giving, very funny man, articulate, smart, but always looking to, you know, bring happiness into people's lives, to make people smile, but even learn something about the Beatles, the Monkees, or whatever the subject might be, even Jimi Hendrix. So my relationship began with that one show. And then he said, you know, Chachi, that was so much fun. Can you do another one with me? We eventually did 4 hours, 4 different shows, just having fun, talking about the Beatles, showing collectibles, and just, you know, trying to keep people entertained while people are stuck at home. And that eventually led to a real show that we do every week called Plastic EP and Chachi Live, and a friendship that will go on forever and ever. I got to tell you, he's a giving man. And when I first met him, we had so much fun. And a few shows in, he said, you know, I'm going to send you something from Australia. Give me your address. I said, okay. He sent me a nice letter. I would love to get a letter from Plastic EP. and I know he probably doesn't want me to say this because when he's generous, he does it low key. He's not looking for glory, for thank yous. He's just trying to be a nice guy, and we need more of those guys on the planet. So I got to tell you, eventually I got a box from Australia, and it's not cheap to ship anything from Australia. I did get a box from Australia, and we agreed I would not open it until the show, and we opened it live on the air, and I was blown away by his generosity. A bunch of Beatles Australian 45s, colored 45s that go into jukeboxes, real 45s from the 60s with picture sleeves, and I was just blown away by his generosity. I got to tell you, that box is valued at hundreds of dollars, and I said, Plastic, are you sure you want to give these up? And he insisted. He is such a giving and generous man. And I must tell you, his wife, Vicky, she's awesome. So much fun. These are two of the nicest people. If I ever travel, and I'm not a traveler, especially from Boston to Melbourne, which is like 24 hours, I would love to be face-to-face with my dear friend, Plastic EP. He makes friends with people all the time through his broadcast, Plastic EP TV. If you see all the people he's interviewed, the breadth of what he's done, the volume of work in such a short time, with the only objective is, I want to entertain people. I'm locked in here because of COVID. People are locked in wherever they are all over the world. What can I do to help? And I got to tell you, a big part of people's lives right now, what they really, really need is entertainment, is shows like Plastics to occupy people's minds during this really dreadful time where so many people are dying all over the world. So the blessing came from COVID, where I gained a new friend. And even in my world, after being on the radio for almost 40 years, there's room in my life for people like Plastic EP. I do got to tell you, I love the man. He's fantastic. I think he's just the greatest. And his wife, Vicky, and of course that big hit, Hey Bananas, I Think You're Groovy. He is a hell of a man, a big heart, and I love him dearly. I think Plastic EP is the greatest, and I only wish him the best. And I think, man, he's the greatest. That's all I got to say. I love you, Plastic EP. Peace and love, my brother, from Chachi, my heart to yours. I love you. Be well.
Hello, everyone. This is Gary Van Syok from the Plastic Ono Elephants Memory Band. I'd just like to say hello again to my brother, Plastic EP. What do you get when you take Plastic EP and the Plastic Ono band together? You get Plastic Brothers. Anyway, good to see you again, Plastic EP. Good luck with your next project. Thanks for all the promotion you've given me in the past few months. Again, I'd like to show my book, which is Shortcuts to Improving Your Bass Playing, and my latest CD, Pop Goes the Elephant. All of this is available on my website, www.garyvansyok.com. Again, much appreciated. Wish you all the luck in the future. Over and out.
Hi, I'm Robin, and I do a little show periodically with Plastic EP. We connected because I was Peter Tork of the Monkees' personal assistant, and he actually interviewed me for one of his millions of interview shows. He is such a wonderful guy. He's got so much energy. I wish I had 1/8 of the energy that this man has, and he's older than I am, so that's saying a lot. He brings us laughter and joy. He brings us guests from a complicated time and yet a simpler time in some ways. Simpler in that we didn't have cell phones and all of the inundation of communication that we have today. He's such an energetic, fun, he just loves life. He loves what he does. He brings passion and enthusiasm to his interviews. You can sit there in your living room or kitchen and ask a guest a question through the chat feature, and it's like you're sitting there forgetting all of your troubles and woes. That's what's so great about Plastic EP. He's fun. He makes me laugh every single time I talk to him, and that's really why we clicked. He really is a phenomenon in so many ways. I love what he's doing with this period of time. A lot of people could just sit and think about the troubles of the world, but he doesn't. He finds ways to make life much more interesting. That's why he's groovy. That's why we love him. We love him so much.
My name is Charles Rosenay. I have a confession to make right now and reveal to the world that Plastic EP is, in fact, my brother. No, not like, yo, what's up, brother? Or, yo, brother, I love you. No, actual brother. Brother, relative, blood. We were born and raised in the Bronx, in New York, where we both got our moxie, where we both got a little savvy, where we both got a little cool, where we both got our swagger. But Plastic moved, you can see we have the same nose. Plastic moved to Melbourne, Australia, and I moved to New Haven, Connecticut. I produced Beatle conventions, tours to Liverpool for Beatle fans, published a magazine called Good Day Sunshine, did a lot of cool stuff, even did some Monkees conventions, because Plastic told me to. He went to Australia and started recording songs, not just one or two songs, not just 10 or 20, thousands of songs. It's this ridiculous. Who does this? Endless songs. He's probably writing a song and recording one as I do this. And not only that, he said, Charles, you got to do Monkees conventions, not just Beatles. And I did. I produced Monkees conventions with a lot of other people and then did one on my own because Plastic told me to. And I told him, well, then if I'm going to do that, you better do interviews. And he said, what are you talking about? I'm a songwriter. I record songs. I go, no, you're an interviewer. You're a personality. You're a nut like me. You have charisma. You're a spitfire. You need to do interviews. And he goes, what, like People Next Door? I go, okay, do People Next Door if they have an interesting story, but do celebrities too. Do celebrities, rock stars, movie stars, people in the music business. He said, okay, I'll do that. And he started to do that. And I thought, okay, so he'll do maybe 1 a year, 2 a year. He did 10 a day, 20 a day. Before I knew it, I changed my hair color and he had done 200 a day. 200 interviews. Who does that? The guy doesn't sleep. He doesn't sleep. He doesn't have time to record. He doesn't have time to eat. He doesn't have time to drink. He doesn't have time to go to the bathroom. What does he have time to do? Interviews. And he's great. He's funny. One show he puts on a wig. Another show he puts on this fancy dress and disco outfits and different backgrounds. The guy is an international global success. He's a nut. Please, what are you talking about? And I can't miss. I'm addicted to his shows. Even if he wasn't my brother, I would be watching every single one of his shows. They're great. I love them. And the songs and the show. It's the unbelievable perfect time. You know, when the Beatles came out, it was the world was ready for it. It was perfect. It was kismet. It was meant to be. And that's what it's like. Plastic EP, doing interviews all over the world, across the universe. That's what life is all about. Thank you, brother, for bringing such joy to so many and for your amazing achievements. Literally 200 interviews in just a short time and so many songs. You are a treat to the world, and I'm going to change my hair back to normal. Bye.
I'm very impressed, the people you're interviewing all over the world. It's quite amazing. You're opening up so many, windows for people to look through. It's great. And even though you're, right down the bottom of the world in Melbourne, Australia, doesn't matter with technology. You could be on the moon. Doesn't matter where you are. It's great. It's a good job you're doing.
Hey bananas, I'm Michael X. Savas, author of One Dream Ago, The Beatles South Australian Connections, along with my daughter Olivia. Olivia, what? Oh, okay. Olivia can't be here today, but here she is with glasses to honour our friend Plastic EP. Plastic EP, who is he? He appeared out of the blue recently, and he took a great interest in our book, and he recognised the value of the wonderful cover by Klaus Vormann, the original stories, the original photos, and he's promoted the book constantly. I think he's appreciated that I'm a fellow Australian as well, because very few books have been written on the Beatles by Australians, very few. And the Beatles had their biggest reception ever in Adelaide, 300,000 people. So there are lots of stories and photos on the Beatles in South Australia. Anyway, I really appreciate what Plastic EP's done. He's a genuine guy. He's a colourful, entertaining force of nature, very interesting cat. He's done some amazing interviews, and he's done so many. He's just full of energy, and I'm sure he'll continue to make his mark on the world. His success will continue to grow. I wish him all the best. Hey bananas, hello, goodbye.
Hello everybody, my name is Ivor Davis, and I am the author of a sensational book called The Beatles and Me on Tour. And in this book, I write about traveling with the Beatles through America in 1964. And then, thanks to the Beatles, I've been able to see and meet everyone. Elvis Presley, everybody in showbiz, because of my passport and my ticket to ride. Now, I want to tell you this, that I have in my career met just every famous person on earth. Muhammad Ali, Charlie Chaplin, Elizabeth Taylor, Richard Burton. But I want to tell you this, I'm delighted to have been able to meet the original unique Plastic EP. Now, he is a knowledgeable expert about everything. He probably knows more about Elvis Presley than I do, which is saying a lot, of course. Plastic EP is an expert, and I want to say that if you get the chance to see his show, then you should not miss that opportunity, because he comes with the wisdom of, well, just great knowledge. Tune in and you will be entertained as he has entertained everybody around the world for more, in over 250 episodes. Plastic EP, you are terrific.
I want to start by saying that this year has been one of the most difficult years for my show, Live and Let Die, the music of Paul McCartney. And I'm sure it's been the same for every musician, every show throughout the world, being that this pandemic has destroyed everyone's livelihood that relies on an audience. There is one ray of sunshine that we've all experienced, and that is Plastic EP. He has come out of like gangbusters, just came out of nowhere. And I got to meet him through Brad Swigger, my drummer, and he was so wonderful to talk to. I did several interviews with him, and he is so interesting. And I gotta say, you know how once in a while you meet someone and they've just got that special thing about them. I don't know what it is, I can't put my finger on it, but he's just a really great person. And great questions, great interviews, and not to mention, he's done over 200 plus interviews with other singers, artists, authors, people that worked with the Beatles, people that worked in the movies with Beatles and the Monkees, and all kinds of artists around that associate with the Beatles. He has been right on the money with all of his interviews. And some of the singers that he's had on are really, really cool. It brought them back into the forefront. And I got to say, Plastic, keep going. You're a special guy. And I really consider you as a good friend. So keep on going. And let's hope that the pandemic finally will go away. And when I go to Australia in the following year, I can't wait to meet you in person. Anyway, good luck to you and stay on it. because we're all loving every interview that you do. And I hope to see you soon. And again, do maybe even another interview. So we'll talk soon. And again, this is Tony Kishman with the show Live and Let Die, the music of Paul McCartney. Take care, and all of you be well.
Hi there, this is Kid O'Toole. I am the author of Songs We Were Singing, Guided Tours Through the Beatles' Lesser Known Tracks, as well as Michael Jackson FAQ, All That's Left to Know About the King of Pop. And I am also a proud member of the Plastic EP family. You know, when I first met him, I actually saw Plastic on Facebook, and I was so intrigued with his quirky sense of humor. I just thought he just seemed like such fun that I thought, I've got to be on this guy's show. And when I was, we just hit it off right away. And I believe Plastic asked me what my least favorite Beatles song was. And I said to him, I knew you were going to ask me that. And he said, what? And I said, yeah, I watched your other shows. And he said, nobody's ever said that to me before, and seemed impressed that I had prepared. Since then, we've done a number of shows together, including Kid O'Toole, She's No Fool, which he came up with that title. And also my video cast that I co-host, along with Mean Mr. Mayo, Ken Womack, Ken Michaels, and Tom Hunyadi. Talk More Talk. We've been on his show many times, and in fact, we've been on Brain Teasers and played against each other, and I demand a rematch. We're going to be on again, and we're going to beat each other. We've played against each other many times, and we've all been on Plastic Show individually, so we kind of, all of us feel like members of the family. So we just love Plastic Show and love his sense of humor. And I am just glad that I met Plastic, thrilled to be a member of the family. And I wish Plastic many, many more years of groovy fun on Facebook and YouTube. Peace and love.
Oh, hello. My name is Charlie DeCosa, and I work with a Beatles tribute band called Beatle Beat from right here in Orlando, Florida. And today I was asked to say a few words about my pal, Plastic EP, from Melbourne, Australia. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to maybe instruct or teach a math concept while talking about my pal. So we are going to talk about Plastic using a Venn diagram. Venn diagram. Invented by Alexander Venn, who also invented the toothbrush. So, a Venn diagram shows the intersection of different groups, collections. So, in order to understand Plastic EP, we have to consider the things that make up Plastic EP. And one of the big parts of Plastic EP is he's from, that's right, Melbourne, Australia. So let's consider Melbourne. But Melbourne by itself is not enough. We have to consider other things about Plastic EP, like plastic. Now, when we think about plastic, we can't just think about the plastic in Melbourne, Australia. We have to consider all the plastic there is, okay? So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take all of the plastic that is anywhere and put it all together in a group. But even that's not enough. Now we have to consider the other part of Plastic EP from Melbourne, Australia. That's the EP part, the extended play. Okay? Now let's see how that plays in. We've got our pieces now. Let's see what happens when we try to find out where Plastic is in all of this. Well, this part is only in Melbourne, Australia, but it doesn't have Plastic or EP, so we can eliminate that. Same thing with the part that's just Plastic, and the same thing with the part that's just EP. Now we have 3 sections that only overlap 2 things, like Melbourne and extended play, or Plastic and Melbourne. So we can eliminate those because we need all 3 ingredients. And that leaves 1 section. And that's where my buddy Plastic is. Plastic, it has been wonderful meeting you. It's been wonderful doing the shows with you. You are a great human being. I love how positive you are, and you've been bringing positivity to everybody. You, like myself, married way above your level, and I will say though, you deserve everything you've been getting and more, pal. I'm happy to work with you. I hope we get to do it more and more and more. Love you. Thank you, everybody.
Hi, my name's Chris Purcell, and I'm a filmmaker based in London, and this is my home edit suite, and you're very welcome. And I've just been working on a new film called The Beatles and Us, which I've just finished actually. It was something that I was very busy on right through lockdown and beyond. And someone else who's been very, very busy through lockdown, of course, is Plastic EP. And I'm here to tell you here about what I think about him and how wonderful he's been helping promote my film. Now, filmmakers like myself, quite often they might be good at making films, but not always very good at promoting them. So it's wonderful to know someone like Plastic who just has that gift of being able to make things interesting and find out what's going on around creatively and bring it to everyone in an interesting and engaging way. And he's certainly did that with me. Was able to get me to tell the full story of the thinking behind the film and how it came about, and some of the challenges I've had during the making of it, and indeed the rather unlucky launch night that didn't quite go to plan. So thank you, Plastic. Keep up the good work. You're doing a great job. Shining a light on all of those little creative activities that are going on at the moment, and also talking to some great legends from the past and celebrating the creative contribution that they've made. So thanks again, and keep doing it, because we need people like you in these crazy times. Thank you.
Welcome to Liverpool, or should I say Liverpool. I'm Dave Bedford. You may know me from such books as Liverpool, Birthplace of the Beatles, The Fab 104, The Evolution of the Beatles. Spot the theme here. Finding the Fourth Beatle, the story of the 23 drummers who put the beat in the Beatles. And of course the documentary film Looking for Lennon. But I'm not here to talk about me. Well, I am, but I'm not. I want to tell you a little story. Earlier this year, I got this Facebook message, and it was from someone called Plastic EP. So I thought, first of all, what kind of cruel parents would name their child Plastic EP? Come on. Yeah, and then of course he pointed out that wasn't his real name. He was sort of the Ringo Starr with his stage name. So this quiet, unassuming, shy Australian guy comes on Facebook, and we start talking. And of course, as everybody has seen, he's got terrible sense of dress. His jackets are incredible. And I thought, I wonder what he'll be like. Well, this tornado then hits me at 100 miles an hour. Ugh, this is Plastic EP. I thought, what the hell? And within 5 minutes, it's like we've known each other for all our life. We've become really good friends. And of course, you've seen the regular Bedford report that we do, especially from Liverpool. And we talk football sometimes, and I've introduced other people to him. And in this global pandemic, this man decided, I'm going to entertain the world. And he's done like 10,000 interviews in a matter of months. The man never sleeps. He's insatiable. He's my good mate, Plastic EP. Thank you for cheering us up over the last few months. The Bedford report is on its way back. See you soon. Bye.
You can love me all the time. You can love me all the time. I say, you can love me all the time. You can love me all the time. Kiss me now and hold me close. Keep me near 'cause you're the most. I just need your love always. Can't you see that I'm for you? You can love me all the time. You can love me all the time. Yeah, you can love me all the time. You can love me all the time. Oh, you can love me all the time. I just need you all the time. You can love me all the time. You can love me when all you gotta do is reach out to me. You can love me when you want. All you gotta do is reach right. Time. You can love me all the time. You can love me all the time. You can love me all the time.
Hi, my name is Cavendish, and this is my book, The Cutting Edge. It's a story about my journey through the 60s and me cutting the Beatles' hair. But I actually want to talk about a Noah man. This Noah man lives down under in Melbourne. He crawled out of Melbourne called Plastic EP, and he's groovy. I didn't even know who he is actually in the beginning, but he's become an internet sensation because he's groovy. He tells everybody he's groovy. I speak to my friends. Have you seen Groovy Down Under? Down Under? Anyway, I went down under. Well, he came on above. And he is groovy. He's got plastic EP eyes. He's got glasses made of plastic. He's got hair made of plastic EP. And he keeps telling everyone he's groovy. But he is groovy. I don't know why he is, but he is. He makes me laugh. He's got a great smile. And he knows about the Monkees. He knows about the Beatles. Be careful, he'll know about you next. But I tell you, he's done over 200 interviews, and they're fantastic.
and I've actually been on the other end of it 6, 7, 8, 9 times with him. We've had a really good laugh. If you want to see someone who's groovy, and I mean it, groovy, he is the man. Get a chance to listen to his show on the radio and TV and on the internet. Groovy, Plastic EP. Listen to him singing with his wife. She's lovely. Better than him. But I tell you what, they're both groovy. So check it out. And just before, if you want to check anything else out, you can check out my book. Oh, we put it the other way around. Check out my book, The Cutting Edge, on www.beatleshairdresser.com or on Messenger. Take care, everybody. And don't forget, stay groovy, including you, Plastic EP. Bye.
Hey everybody, it's Jude Sutherland Kessler, author of the John Lennon series. And I'm here today to tell you, first of all, get your copy of Volume 4, Should Have Known Better, which is 1964 with John and his mates. 4,400 footnotes, what they said, what they did, what they ate, everything, but you read it as if you're reading a story. You'll love it. I want to send a shout out today to Plastic of the EP podcast, the only man on any interview show who has ever gotten me to gargle musically. EP is so much fun. We are going album by album through the Beatles catalog, and the next one we're getting ready to do is A Hard Day's Night. I tell you the history of each and every song on each and every side of each and every LP. And EP, well, he sings the songs for you. You don't want to miss this, I'm telling you. Yeah, don't quit his day job. It's a lot of fun. I love EP. He is vivacious. He is gregarious. He has all those us words because he does this from him to you, from us to them, from they to we. He does it to keep us all one Beatles family. Cheers, Plastic. We love you.
Hello, my name is Nathan Liu, and I put Craig Paul McCartney in the All You Need Is Love tribute to the Fab Four band from Canada, Alberta, Calgary here. I first met Plastic EP in May of 2020. We started promoting my band from his show from Melbourne, Australia. Mr. Plastic EP has had a lot of shows with music concerning the Beatles, the Monkees, and he's getting these guests on there that they're telling him stories that they won't tell anybody else. They trust Plastic EP. I first came on the show to promote my band, and Plastic EP saw something else in me that I could have never seen, and he had plans for me to do a show with him, and that show today is called Plastic EP Brain Teasers. And this fellow Plastic EP, he writes the themes for his show. He writes all the questions. He created the co-host name, which is Mr. Shampoo for me. My name is Nathan Liu, and I'm a hairdresser. And so he's given me that name, Mr. Shampoo, Nathan Liu, Mr. Shampoo. And we do this show, and it's a lot of fun, and we get to meet all these Beatles tribute bands from all over the world, and it connects us together, and all these other guests that are very knowledgeable about the Beatles. And Plastic EP has been around since 1979 with a band of his called Plastic EPs, and his calling is to do these internet shows. I mean, you'd swear that he's broadcasting from Mars or something like that, because there's nobody on the internet that's doing what Plastic EP is doing. On his show, there are no commercials or executives telling him what to do. He totally creates all his shows, and he does it purely for entertainment, and he's not interested in being paid to do it. He likes to entertain people at home, and we love you, Plastic EP. God bless you. Thanks a lot. It's great to be your friend.
Hello everyone, I first met Plastic EP back in 1967
We were in the audience together at a Monkees show. We quickly became friends. And then we realized the opening act for this particular tour was actually Jimi Hendrix. So Plastic and I are sitting in the audience, and we see this dude come out, and he's playing guitar with his teeth, and he's setting fire to it, and he's like humping the amplifiers. And you know, he and I were both about 8 years old at the time, and we didn't know what was going on. We didn't know what hit us until, in fact, a chunk of Jimmy's guitar came out and whacked Plastic in the head, which I then took and kept to this very day. And last week I sold it for $100,000, just a little chunk of this guitar. You may have noticed by now I'm not exactly telling the truth. Plastic, of course, wasn't born until about 1994, but yeah, we've had some great times together. It's been a recent event where basically we've discovered that Plastic EP is the medium for the future. It is the way, it is through Plastic that we as the human race will advance toward this utopian level of being that we all aspire to be at, which of course the only way to describe that almost nirvana-like state is Plastic EP. That's him. That's the man, and he is the man, and he is the one that shows the way for the rest of us. I mean, just the mere fact that he's done 200 interviews plus, I mean, it's 200 and more than that, in the last 3 or 4 months, is phenomenal. I also, you know, I like interviewing people, but I'm lucky if I manage to do, gee, I think I did 20 this year, for a whole year. That's crazy. That's beyond imagining just how phenomenal this man is. His energy, his charisma, he ticks all the boxes of incredible. How else can you describe him other than those 2 words, Plastic EP? It sums it up. That's who he is, and the human race is so much better off for it. The first time I met Plastic was online. We talked about my book. It's called Our Jimmy. I'm very proud of this book. It is interviews. So I have to say I've learnt so much from Plastic in terms of conducting interviews and getting to the heart of the story and figuring out what these people are about and the great moments that they've shared with people like Jimi Hendrix or John Lennon, the other book that I've been working on. And Plastic just jumps in there with his energy and says, tell us who you are. Tell us who you are, and share with us some of your knowledge that is going to get us as the audience, as the human race, over the line toward true greatness. And that is what Plastic EP is all about. And I'm so proud to call him my friend. I'm so proud to occasionally be known as 8 Track. That's a new one that he and David Bedford came up for me the other week. I'm absolutely thrilled with that. So I feel as though I feel honored and privileged to be a very small part of the Plastic EP world, and it's my honor, and it will continue to be so for as long as Plastic's happy to have me around. I'm absolutely thrilled to call him my friend, and I cannot wait to see the next stratospheric levels that he reaches. Wow, I've been talking for 3 minutes, 55 seconds. That's longer than I expected. Plastic, you're the best. You're the man, the one and only. Keep doing what you're doing, because you're leading us toward greatness. And we are so thrilled to follow in your footsteps.